Welcome to FluentWay English, the place where learning English becomes fun, simple, and life-changing. Let me ask you something. Have you been studying English for years, but still feel nervous when it's time to speak? Do you sometimes know the grammar rules, understand the words, but when someone talks to you in English, your mind just goes blank? Don't worry, you're not alone. So many English learners feel the same. They watch hundreds of videos, memorize long vocabulary lists, read grammar books, but they still can't speak with confidence. Why? Because they are stuck in study mode. But today, we're going to change that. The truth is, English is not just something you study, it's something you use. Just like swimming or riding a bike, you only get better by doing it. You don't learn to swim by reading a book, right? You jump in the water, you practice, you make mistakes, and you improve. Speaking English is the same. Here at FluentWay English, we believe in learning by speaking, using real-life English, and having fun while doing it. We're not here to give you boring lessons. We're here to help you build confidence, to help you speak out loud, and to show you that yes, you can do this. Let me tell you a quick story. I have a friend, Daniel. He's a software developer from Indonesia. A few years ago, he got an amazing job with a company from another country. But at first, he was scared to take it. Not because of the work. He was great at coding. But because of English. He didn't feel confident speaking in meetings. But Daniel made a choice. He stopped spending all his time studying grammar, and he started speaking every day. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day, talking to himself, practicing with friends, even sending voice messages. It wasn't perfect, but slowly, he got better. And now, he speaks in English with his team every week. He even gives presentations, all because he stopped just studying and started speaking. So, I want to ask you this. What is your reason for learning English? Is it for a better job? To travel? To make new friends? Or maybe to change your life? Whatever your goal is, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. Make mistakes. Learn from them. Keep going. Because here's the truth. Fluency is not about being perfect. It's about being brave. So, are you ready to speak with me? To learn English the fun, easy way? To stop studying and start living in English? Then you're in the right place. Let's take that first step together. Welcome to FluentWay English. Now let's talk about something important. Why is studying English not enough? Many learners spend years studying grammar rules, memorizing vocabulary, and doing exercises. And yes, studying can help. It gives you a strong base. But if you only study and never speak, your English will stay locked inside your head. You will understand more, but you won't be able to use it. Think about this. Have you ever understood a sentence when you read it, but couldn't say anything when someone asked you a question? That's because studying builds your knowledge. But speaking builds your skill, and language is a skill, just like playing guitar or cooking. You can't become a good cook by only reading recipes. You need to go into the kitchen and actually cook. Make mistakes, fix them, and get better. It's the same with English. You don't become fluent by watching more videos or taking more notes. You become fluent by speaking. That's the part most learners avoid because they feel shy, nervous, or afraid to make mistakes. But guess what? Making mistakes is not the enemy. It's the teacher. So if you want to speak English with confidence, stop waiting for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you know everything. That day may never come. Start using the English you already know today. Speak out loud. Repeat phrases. Have fun with it. Little by little, your brain will get used to thinking in English, and that's when the magic happens. Remember, Studying teaches your mind, but speaking trains your voice and your confidence. And both are important. But speaking is what truly unlocks your fluency. Here's something many learners don't realize. English is not just knowledge, it's a skill, and that makes a big difference. Let me explain. Knowledge is something you know, like history facts or grammar rules. But a skill is something you do. Like riding a bike, playing football, or dancing. You can't learn a skill just by watching someone else or reading about it. You have to practice. You have to move. You have to try. Speaking English is the same. You can study all the grammar books in the world, but if you never speak, you won't become fluent. Fluency comes from action, from real practice, not just theory. That's why some people who only study English for tests often struggle in real conversations. They know the rules, but their mouth doesn't follow their brain. Why? Because they haven't trained their speaking skill. They haven't trained their ears and their tongue to work together in English. So think of English like learning how to swim. You don't need to know every theory about water. You need to jump in, splash around, get wet. That's how you learn. Speaking is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And just like muscles, if you don't use it, you lose it. That's why we say, stop only studying and start using your English every single day. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to practice. Now, let's talk about some common problems many English learners face. Maybe you've experienced them too. The first problem is this. You understand a lot, but you can't speak. You can watch movies, read articles, even understand your teacher. But when it's your turn to speak, you freeze. Your mind goes blank. That's frustrating, right? But it's not because you're not smart. It's because your brain has never had enough speaking practice. The second problem is waiting to feel ready. Many learners say, I will speak when my English is better, or I'll talk when I feel more confident. But confidence doesn't come first. Confidence comes after action. You don't wait until you're confident to speak. You speak, and that's how confidence grows. The third problem is being too afraid of making mistakes. You want to speak perfectly. You don't want to sound silly. But here's the truth. Mistakes are normal. They are part of the learning process. In fact, every good English speaker today, even native speakers, made lots of mistakes when they were learning. Mistakes are not bad. They're signs that you are trying. And finally, some learners think too much. You try to translate every word from your language to English. You worry about grammar in every sentence. That slows you down. Speaking English is not about being perfect. It's about being natural. Even if your grammar is not 100% correct, people will still understand you. And you will improve faster by speaking more, not by thinking more. So if you feel stuck, remember, it's not your fault. You just need to change the way you practice. You need more speaking, more action, more real use of English. So what can you do? How can you start speaking more, even if you're still learning? The answer is simple. Start small. Start now, but start speaking. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a perfect environment. You just need a little courage and a little creativity. First, try talking to yourself in English. Yes, talk to yourself. In the morning, say what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. It feels funny at first, but it works. You're training your brain to think in English. Second, use shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a short sentence and then repeating it out loud, like an echo. You can use YouTube videos, movies, or even this channel. Just copy the way native speakers talk. Try to match their rhythm, tone, and emotion. It's one of the best ways to sound more natural. Third, find a language partner or a speaking app. There are many free apps and communities where people practice English together. You don't have to talk for hours. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day is powerful. Fourth, don't forget voice notes. If you're not ready to talk live, record yourself. Send voice notes to a friend or just save them and listen back. It's a great way to hear your progress and become more comfortable. And most importantly, make it a daily habit. You don't need to speak for hours. Just a few minutes every day is enough. Speaking English is like going to the gym. The more consistent you are, the stronger you get. Remember, you don't need perfect grammar. You need practice. You don't need to know everything. You just need to start. Now let's wrap up with something important. English is not just a subject. It's a tool to change your life. Every time you speak, you're not just practicing a language. You're opening doors to new opportunities, new experiences, and new people. Whether it's for your career, traveling, or making new friends, speaking English gives you the power to connect with the world. But here's the key. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. There's no need to feel ready or to know everything. The only thing you need is to take the first step. Start today. Start small, but just start speaking. You've got this. Remember, fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to speak and keep speaking, even when it feels difficult. Every word, every sentence brings you one step closer to your goal. So I challenge you, don't just study English. Start speaking it. Talk to yourself. Talk to others. Record your voice. Make mistakes. Learn from them. Keep going, and soon you'll see how much you've grown. If you enjoyed this video and are ready to start speaking more, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to FluentWay English, and join our community of learners. Together, we'll make learning English exciting, fun, and life-changing. You're on the right path. Keep speaking, keep learning. You can do it. I believe in you.